that.
I can pull it closer.
Yeah, we're going to bring it this way a little bit. This doesn't need to be angled down quite so low. About there. Okay. Look at that, Rexy boy. We're live.
Yes, sir. That's it.
Gotta get this out of the way here. Got to get the tools ready so that we can make sure we got everything. Jeez, this thing's a mess.
I won't talk about it.
All right. Okay. Dude, it's Karmic Transmission, first of the year.
It is.
First of 2023, January.
Yeah.
Time frame. Good gravy.
Yeah,
It's
it's crazy, right?
Thank you guys for joining us. Jake Vanderlyn in here. I've got my brother Rex, best guy I know, greatest guy I know. This right here came from that.
No.
Right there. This thing.
Bald spot.
You wonder why he's bald. He burned it all off thinking of this.
No.
That's what happened. No, I'm kidding. It's your dad. That's the hardest part. Is you're kind of a dad replicant.
Well,
in a way. But
good guy to be a clone of, but you know
it is. I wish I had less hair to be like him.
Oh yeah,
I
sure
do.
You do. Bull crap.
I'll shave it.
Nobody wishes that. Nobody wants that.
It doesn't.
It's okay.
Get you in trouble.
He just was supposed to be 4 feet tall, so
like he's an overachiever.
Overachiever.
That's what you are. See,
not
overachievers.
Not mine.
I'm surrounded by overachievers, and I have this because I'm an underachiever.
Oh no. No.
So, but thanks for joining us tonight. Karmic Transmission. I'll get back to numbering one day. I really just don't even know where to throw the number anymore.
It's the number.
It's the number.
There.
But it doesn't matter because we're going to do this no matter what.
Few.
So 60 some odd, 70 some odd. We're closing in on triple digits. That's all that matters. We keep getting closer and closer.
And we're getting close.
We're closer to 100 than to 20 anymore.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
I can say that.
Very true.
As always, though, guys, if you want to know what we're doing, what we're about, best place to check us out, karmincarnate.com. But you know what? For the best sides of it, check out the YouTube channel. You're watching us through YouTube Live here right now. That might be changing in the future. But this chair, I'm going to slide it a little bit and get short. But see, I was doing this.
There you go. So pants.
It's not very good.
Slick Jackie.
But check us out: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all that fun social media stuff, because we've got it all. Instagram. We here's the thing, and I want to kind of specify something about our social medias, because it's been a topic that we've gone over quite a bit in the last little bit. In a bit. But no, so one of the oddest things that we've done with Karma is we've never taken a traditional approach to anything. Yeah. So when you look at our social medias, when you look at our Facebooks and our YouTubes and all of our stuff, the crazy thing to keep in mind is that what we've done has been non-traditional from day one for a reason. And it's because the name of the game is this. It's Karma Incarnate. We never wanted to become YouTube millionaires. We never wanted to become Instagram models or influencers or any other name that you want to associate with social media. Because what we want to do is we want to better the world by being better people, and then see what that'll do. We want to see how that change right there, doing something not for yourself, but for others, and letting it run and just letting this process play out and see what it'll do for mankind.
Yeah.
That's what we wanted to do. So our Facebook, we've never once monetized, or not Facebook, YouTube. We've never once monetized YouTube, have we, Rexy?
No.
Not once. And the reason is because we've always told people we make our money in karma, not in videos, not in the rest of this stuff, because we want what we're going to do to have an actual impact beyond ourselves. Something that doesn't just benefit us. It benefits everybody. That's what we're building towards, and that's what we're trying to do. So I recommend checking out our social medias and put that asterisk in there. Keep in mind, it's unconventional for a reason. And it's because we're aiming for something bigger than Facebook, bigger than YouTube, bigger than any one of those things can do.
Well, and if you do everything what everybody else is doing and expect a different result,
it's insanity.
I think that's pretty much the definition of insanity.
Exactly.
So whatever they're doing, if you try to do something a little bit opposite, like when they say you shouldn't give things away, how do you keep money if you give things away? Well, why don't we try it? Let's
see
make
what
giving
happens.
things away be the way that we earn the money,
Yeah.
and see what happens. So, just flip the world on its head, because it's all just something for us to
If
have
we're going to
fun with.
live in a crazy topsy-turvy world, well, let's get crazy.
Yeah. And what would be the craziest and topsiest of turviest of things would be is if we actually were models. That is
Right?
That's a gnarly image in my head. Could you see that? That like two bald-headed, hairy pricks walking around. Jeez Louise. Telling you.
What kind of world would that be?
The only thing we'd be modeling was paper towels. Like,
hey, I could be a good hand model.
No,
you know?
yeah, with a paper towel, wiping the dirt off. It's a couple of, anyway.
So, but that's the big one. Guys, check out our social media.
Yeah.
Look at what we're doing, because it's not there for the conventional reasons. I mean, one of the biggest ones, and you'll see it with the most recent post. So this weekend was our Karma weekend. For those of you that aren't familiar with what we do, once a month, we go and buy food and deliver it to food banks. And we get all the money from the sales of items that we call family food gifts. That's what we do. We sell an item that is to be given away.
Yeah.
That's its whole purpose. But once a month, we go and do that, and we post it on Facebook. Now we post it on Instagram too, because, when we started a decade ago, there wasn't Instagram. There was barely a Facebook and a YouTube, and Twitter was kind of a thing back then, but it never really fit the format that we were looking for. But we have it, and we post stuff there too. I mean, we try to stay active all over the place. But when we did it, all of these things, and it's funny because I was thinking about this today at work, but we wanted to do that stuff so that you guys, the viewers at home, the people that sit there and go, are these guys really saying and doing, or are they doing what they say they're doing? That's why we use these things as an accountability tool.
Yeah, there's a law
more than anything.
Record. You can look back.
It's something so that you can say, hey, you know what? For 10 years, these guys have bought food and delivered it to food banks, and there's proof.
Yeah.
Well, it's not just them saying it. There's video and photo record. There's people at the food banks that can attest to everything that we've delivered to them for 10 years. You can hold us accountable so that if you don't actually think we're doing our job, you don't buy from us. Because that's the free market system right there. And that's the power that we want to bring back. That's that faith in that people can set out to do what they say they're going to do and actually accomplish it. But you've got to have accountability. So it doesn't get more unconventional than that when it comes to social media. Most people just want to tell you what they're doing. We want you to hold us accountable with it.
Well, that's the thing about, it's interesting thinking about that with YouTube, Facebook, all these things is when they first started, all they were was a platform for you to tell people what you were doing.
Yeah.
And people got good at that.
Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting is that anything in life that you're good at, if you're wise, you make your vacation your vocation.
Yeah.
And so one thing that's kind of what we applied here in Karma too is one thing that we're good at is giving. We love to help people. And I think a lot of people do. I think most people do.
Yeah.
And so one of the craziest parts is, well, why can't we make a living doing that? And from there, we moved forward to start doing it. But that's the main reason why, like you're saying, there's not a monetization yet or otherwise for all of these social medias is because that's not what the purpose of what there's enough people out there that can make money doing videos on YouTube. There's enough people out there that can make videos or make money doing Airbnbs and ATM machines and anything else out there. But I want to make my money by being a good person and helping end hunger and do something just by being an individual in this world, a member of this society that's actively participating to try to benefit it.
Mm-hmm.
That should be good enough for me to be able to get into the economic game and start trying to earn a benefit back. Yeah. And that's where we come in and try to do that and try to make something like that possible. But, it's with those social medias, because like I said, when it came to the money.
Oh, that's
because just like in Karma, one thing that I've been going back over is that we never tell anybody, what they have to do with the money that they earn. The one thing that we will tell you is that a paycheck, is how employees get paid. Profits are how a businessman gets paid. Mm-hmm. That's how come profits are better than paychecks. That's how come in karma, when you become an agent, you don't earn a paycheck, you earn your profits.
Mhm.
That's because it's a business. And so we want to give people the opportunity not only to end hunger, but also get into the economic game, because that's where wealth is created and generated. Then we can also use that wealth to generate more things like, healthcare, all kinds of the woes and hurts of man that we can address, because we can earn $1 trying to help other people get availability to those.
Mhm.
That's the idea. But as we move into these, so people can earn a profit doing that. We don't tell you what what to do with that.
Mhm.
You can flip around and put that into anything that you want, because they're your profits. You're not, and so the same goes with us, is that it took me a long time to learn and understand that through these things, they generate wealth and they generate and create resources that we can then put in towards this. And so that's the main thing that I've come to realize, is that anything that you can earn and do from this, you can directly put that into any kind of passion that just makes your life sing. And right there's karma in a nutshell, is whatever your passion is that makes your heart sing. I encourage you to find a way to do that, promote it, show it on the internet, tell people about it, because there's other people out there. And if you couple that with something like karma, where you say, not only do I do X, Y, and Z, like play frisbee golf, go to the movies, whatever it is, I also feed hungry people. I make it my business to make sure that other people are taken care of, because I can see that I'm blessed. Goodness creates goodness and generates more. So that's what I'm going to do with it. And if you were smart, you'd do it too.
Mhm.
That's the end of it. You're living your life, but you add the fact that not only do you take the idea of karma seriously, you make it your business. You make it something that you will invest your time and your money and your effort in. Because like you're saying, sacrificing, you're buying something for somebody else.
Yeah.
Right there, the only time we do that is certain designated times of the year, when people tell you that it's okay to do that, or when it's somebody's birthday.
Yeah, like you said, designated times of the year.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But in this, it's like, no, we encourage that all year long.
Mhm.
And it's I don't know, just a very crazy, interesting thing, because it's but when people started doing, like all good things, you can make money doing the things that you love, but then
Absolutely.
those things always get screwy. And how many times do we have to sit and watch commercials for your next big side hustle?
Yeah.
We don't need side hustles. We need good karma in our life. We need people investing
recognition.
We need recognition for the good that we bring to the world.
Bingo. And
we don't need a side hustle. We just need something. We need a vehicle we can put our weight in to try to actually activate the goodness that we have in our hearts and try to make something about it.
Yeah.
And whether or not that produces an outcome, that's good for us in the long run. But the act alone will change the world, because that's just meaning that there's more of that in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So by definition, it got a little better.
Yeah.
Just because you took that responsibility. So it's win-win, even if you're not the one winning,
mm-hmm.
because you're sacrificing for somebody else. It's crazy.
It really is, and it's why I kind of wanted to get into that stuff right out the gate. There was something. Did. I know, because
you can't get more out the gate than hi. Well, Rex does blah.
Well, no, because I've been talking about it all day today. So it's and I shouldn't say all day, because when I'm at my day job, and this is something that I would guarantee most people do. It's a little bit different since you work with the family and around truck drivers too. I saw Brent today. He came into the branch after lunch. Yeah. So I just
people.
Run into great people, but it got me thinking about how all the people that I talked to today, it's the recognition side of things. It's doing a little bit of the unorthodox that they don't quite seem to be aware of yet. Because I talked to Brent for a few minutes about us going and buying food this weekend, just because he was right there and he was asking what we were doing, and a couple other people that came through, same kind of deal, and gave out an orange bracelet. I did the usual thing, but like when it got me going into it, it really got me thinking about our social media and it's a good. We ought to let our freak flag fly on some of this stuff and be a little bit more honest and upfront about it, because it's the unorthodoxness alone is worth a look.
Yeah,
that's
for
the
sure.
big one. That's the part that I was getting from a lot of people, just the sheer oddity of what we're doing and how our approach to this. Why haven't you monetized YouTube? Oh, geez, that's a story and a half. We can get into all these things, and for that alone, wouldn't that, it's willing to want to. It seems to spark an interest.
Well, it's the same reason why everybody that would ever want to listen or do this hasn't monetized YouTube. It's because that's not them.
Mm-hmm.
Just like this, it's like, look, we don't need to be crazy and different people to make a difference in the world and to get the recognition that we need.
Yeah.
We just need small steps that we can all participate in and do.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like you said, you get held accountable. And the one thing that that seems to scare everybody shitless because it's so accountable is karma.
Yeah.
I don't know who isn't afraid of karma and doesn't understand that, and I'm not meaning my business. I'm just meaning the idea and the principle of the golden rule that, what goes around comes around. And if you want good, you put good in. And if you put bad in, look the hell out.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
that's why I say it's not my idea. It's our idea. It's just, why can't we do that with our finances and not have to have it be, like I was saying, some new thing that is something that's arguably already exists and not as necessary as most would think.
Mm-hmm.
How many people need to have an Amazon shipping account? What if all the world was Amazon shippers from home? Because that's a way for you to earn an income and try to break free of the system. How about we do that?
Mm-hmm.
Or does it sound a little bit more reasonable that everybody in the world spends $50 a month of disposable income to feed other people on the planet? Well, if that was the case, that everybody had that money in disposable income, there wouldn't be hungry people on the planet.
Bingo.
So there it goes.
Mm-hmm.
So then we got to find something else to put our money to. Well, how about healthcare? How about, name it? What else are we struggling to have the capability to do?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if people understand that if they sacrifice a part of themselves, including their income, that is what will change the world. A willing change from within.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing forced. Like you said, free market.
Yeah. Free market, free will, freely given.
That's why it's a business.
Not taxed.
It's
not tied. Not.
Well, it's those. It's just, it's not generated out of a place of actual want and desire when it comes that way.
Yeah.
When it is put upon you, it's not free will.
Yeah.
And that's the best thing about nature and karma, which is natural, is it has to be free will.
It's free will.
If
it's forced, it's usually got a negative connotation behind it.
That's why for a decade I can spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to feed people and give away $50,000 more.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the craziest thing in the world.
Yeah.
If that's the get rich quick scheme, well, I really screwed that up.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the deal. Is it's not a scheme. It's not to get rich. There's nothing there. It's everything that you've always known. If you're good and you help people in this world, it will come back to you. And it's just, you need to put that into actual practical effect. Every book you've ever read, every Robert Kiyosaki, every
Jim
Napoleon
Rohn,
Hill, every Jim Rohn, everyone that's ever told you any of those platitudes that go into, if you take care of other people, you don't need to worry about taking care of yourself. Those aren't lies. It's just, how do we make that actually function? What's the vehicle that's going to create and generate the disposable wealth that we use to barter for the goods and services that create that? Mm-hmm. That's the question that all of us get to. And that's where, like I'm saying, well, we've got a million different avenues for people to make money. You can go get a job and earn a paycheck. That's the first one. That's the easiest one. That's how I would suggest starting if you have zero income coming into you. Mm-hmm. Then you can move into any of these other ideas that exist. Markets and stuff but like I'm saying, they all get down to self-aggrandizement. Mm-hmm. You're purchasing something for yourself. You're building something for yourself. Yeah. You're trying to make a new business of having Airbnb for myself. Everything is there. Well, it's okay to have something for yourself, but where's the part where you're giving back?
Mm-hmm.
And if it's in an ethereal idea like, oh, well, I create more Airbnb houses for people to go rent on vacation. You know, sure, I'm creative enough. I can see that. I'm a capitalist enough. I can see how that goes. But wouldn't it just be much easier for us to say, like, look, I buy $50 a month, and 40% of that goes to buying food. 40% of it goes to paying back other people that are thinking just like me, trying to change the world. Then I have to give 20 to the goddamn company because they have to operate.
Yeah, they got to do the deliveries.
You know,
they've got to go do the purchasing.
That's
They've
how come we're a for-profit business.
Yeah.
Is because I can't. It would be bad karma to lie to you.
Mm-hmm.
And just because other institutions that you're all familiar with can look past their conscience and get to the point where they want to look at you and say we're a charity or a nonprofit, but they have buildings that they pay for.
Mm-hmm.
They have employees,
infrastructure
that
they make
infrastructure that works.
CEOs and
that
boards of
does
directors
not
that
seem
earn checks.
You know that's what we would call a jumbo shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
You know it's
a prawn, by the way.
Yeah,
you guys aren't familiar.
They're all the same thing. It just it's rhetoric to make it sound good, but in all reality, no. They're an organization that has to operate just like anybody else, and that includes having capital to operate and facilities to do that in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what it is. That's the reality. That's how come businesses are so powerful, is because at least they're honest about it right from the get-go.
Mm-hmm.
They tell you up front and to your face, this is what we're doing. We're trying to do and build a product. We're trying to make something. Mm-hmm. We're an organization. We'd like to do some business with you. Mm-hmm. And that's us in karma. The others do it, but they usually tend to hold high things for, high value prizes for ransom, such as your freedom in this life or the next. And that seems to, that doesn't sit well on the karma scale with me either. That's how come we can go into one of those other fields. Mm-hmm. It's the three legs that seem to hold up society. We've got a government, an entity that manages those things. We've got a social aspect side that dictates traditions and moralities, and we call that religion. Mm-hmm. And then we have an economic side that drives everything and gives people purpose and goals and things to do in this life. The funniest part about it is, like you were saying, of those three, I can only think of one that gets their money in something called a free market that doesn't take it in some other form. But that's because they're the generator. The others are just other.
You know what? Literally just ricocheted this very second with you talking about pillars, right? Pillars. And the support structure, dude. Every system, like in everything that I've been seeing, it's always force. It's force. Dude, we've forgotten the key part in our entire idea. The individual. There are 4 parts that make up our society. There's our businesses, our churches, and our theologicals. There's our government, but there's the individual. There's you. There's me. There's the person participating in the system as the whole. Because if you didn't play the game with any of them, it wouldn't matter. And this is why with karma, more than anything, don't sell yourself short. Never, ever sell the action of the individual short, because without you, none of it happens.
Yeah.
None of it matters. None of it goes. And it's why, in the end, you are the most powerful of all of them.
Yeah.
That's because in order to make the world spin, it takes a 4-way axis intersecting to keep everything balanced in equilibrium. It doesn't take a 3-way axis.
Well, no. Well, yeah, but that's
so, because that's the one thing that more than all the other 3. If everybody in society tomorrow decided not to play, it'd all go away.
Yeah. That's But that's just the crux of that. But the main point of that is the individual cannot be gotten rid of, because like you're saying, the other ones, you can neglect the other ones, and an individual still exists.
Yeah.
So who does the individual tend to or want to play with?
Mhm.
You know, and that's the main thing that I'm coming around with that, because you're right, is it's everybody
Yeah.
has the opportunity to not do
Well,
anything.
dude, the 4
But
pillars.
that's
that,
how come it's important that, you know, it just says it right there in its name, the free market. You know, one of them is it says, hey, we'd enjoy you to play, when the other ones kind of demand.
It's kind of you do this or else, or you know, hey, we'll do this and be better people than you. Don't you want to do it with us?
Like that. See, that's demanded of me.
Yeah. So that's the one. I was, you know, where that came from is when I was working for that tech company that I was working for. We were working on that leadership program. The whole thing was talking about the 4 pillars of a business, which is the employees, the business itself, the customers, and the product. And the whole idea is the business takes care of the employees take care of the customers purchase the product which takes care of the company. It's a 4 package you have to pay attention to keep the entire model running. And a lot of business structures do that nowadays, where they talk about the 4 key elements to making just any business operate. But if you move from the micro to the macro and blow it up a little bit to a society, it all revolves around the individual. You know, we used to talk about things as a tripod, and you know,
well,
pyramids have 4 sides.
Well, when at the base they usually do. Yeah. But the thing, like you're saying, with that individual, like, because that can't be, because he's the subject, that's the person that holds you know, perspective on the rest of the other 3. And so in all reality, that's how come they can say that the whole world doesn't spin on 4 points, it spins on a single, just like a basketball. When you take it and you put it up, a single point on any point of the basketball is the center of the entire universe. But that's any point on the ball, because that's the individual point. That's what's manifesting the other 3 is that way. So you know, I can't sell that.
No, you're right.
You know what I mean? That can't be a business model.
No,
the individual, because all you can do,
choose to participate,
is try to appeal to the individual.
Correct.
And that's what I'm meaning is like, it's so out of the 3 main fields that I can choose to play from. You know, it's I like the idea of being able to generate wealth rather than try to just
no, that's and that's true.
Because that's the biggest thing about the karma idea, and in business as well, is that when you think of that, like you buy a product for consumption. You know, like you buy food, you eat it. You buy your socks, you wear them. You buy gas for your car. Everything that you're buying is consumption. Even your entertainment, your media, anything you do.
Anybody watching this right now.
So when you buy something from Karma, you're actually buying something and you never get it. You never physically have anything that can be consumed. It goes out. So you're doing a production-based society instead of a consumption-based society in your business model. And that's the kind of crazy, like you're saying, that the exact opposite of what's going on is that it's just new. It's just fun. It's just different, but it's not, because it's the oldest idea that we've ever had. It's why society works in period, is that we believe in karma. We see a future. We are conscious of now. And so before we can put the patterns onto the future. And we've seen that the patterns seem to play that bad things happen when we do bad things. And if you contribute to them, because we live in a world of chaos. So if we do a good pattern, that seems to change the outcome as well. And that makes it so that life's a little bit easier in this world of chaos. So there's your game. There it is. Don't be a dick. Try to make life a little bit better. There you go. So why doesn't business do that? Why is it in business we have the same, it's just business? Everything else, it's your karma. You know, so we need to find ways to make it so that our business is karma. We we spend our time, our money, and our energy trying to find new ways to help people and think about it not only as an actual individual action, but as an economic, like you said, macro group.
It's every
experiment. I like the way that you put that earlier too. Like what the hell does it hurt to try?
Yeah.
Well,
and
all we're doing is putting action into this world. So what would happen if all of us and everybody that you knew, if you had the ability to talk, to talk to people and say, hey, look, if we all tried to buy food this month to give it away, just this 1 month, all of us, and let's see what happens. Let's see how much food we
give
have.
it a try.
Every single one of us. Well, how much? Should it be thousands of dollars? Well, no, let's just do something small. How about like $50? How about $10? Hell, we got one of those.
Hell, yeah.
How about $25? What if it's just because to us in karma, it doesn't matter. Dollar amount doesn't matter. It's the conscious effort made by everybody together that brings consistency into this world, because that's the only thing that really outlives anything is consistency. That's consistency and comfort. That's what I think is the
dude. Those are two opposing forces. Consistency and comfort.
Consistency is comfort. Finding chaos and consistency would be different. Comfort. And,
true. I guess.
See what I'm saying?
See, I
that's what I'm meaning is in my mind. In this, when people talk and express and say, this is God, this is a manifestation of a higher purpose, and that's what they're meaning, is that when you look around and see that this world and this universe is created through explosions and destructions and consumption and all, to find a little bit of peace and harmony in that, consistency in it, and a little bit of comfort, that brings so much peace to your heart. That's what they're talking about. Because that's what God does. He brings order from the chaos. And that's what all the stories talk about and everybody gets into. And I don't need to get into too much of that stuff. But except for the fact that it's what we're talking about. It's what everybody's been talking about.
I said that is I was opposed is because my thing with comfort is that a comfort is a killer. People will give up a lot of things. They'll stop doing things to maintain comfort.
Yeah, but
so that's where I was backwards on that one. Is it's just completely different metaphors.
Well, and the thing that where I say that it wasn't, you work backwards, is it's just applied into the karmic format. Because if you're buying something to give away, who are you providing consistency and comfort for? Not for yourself, but for others. God didn't create consistency and comfort to make him okay with the chaos. It's to make it okay for everybody else.
Yeah.
So that's just like you're saying, you're purchasing a gift for somebody else. You're making so consistency and comfort made for yourself is a killer, because it'll lead to slothfulness, laziness, and make you just want to do nothing. But when you provide consistency and comfort to a community, to other people, there's nothing more
godlike,
in my opinion, than that.
No, and that's
how come
true.
If you can make that be your business, that would be wise. It would be a good thing to do. But because I can see exactly that's what I'm meaning. Is you're right, but consistency and comfort can be a killer. But if you flip it and put it into the reverse, because like you're saying, everybody wants and craves consistency and comfort for themselves. That's what they're chasing. You'll get nowhere with that.
No,
that'll get you just. It'll keep you in the same trap that you've had forever. Consistency and comfort in your own life will get you exactly where you are today, where you were yesterday, which are both not real things. It's that's the mentality. But if you can provide consistency and comfort for others, if you can learn to serve the many, that's what I mean. All those books, all that, we've all read them. We're all looking for the same damn thing. We're all wanting to find a way to just be what we are and not have to struggle in this man-made game that we call economics. This idea that we call economics.
This construct of civility in society that we've
there has to be
another
together. Way for us to generate an income and get around that system. And so we're all chasing and looking for those things. and they're all telling you the truth. It's just hard to put. It's where, how, how can I make it actually turn the dollar back? How can I make it do how can I make sure that I'm not just wasting my time? And that's where everybody else that's online selling all these new ways to earn, they're all telling the truth. They're telling you the truth. The truth is
they're great.
Get into the economic game. The fastest way for you to be able to produce and make something in this world is to get into the economic game, because that's the game we've all decided to play with each other. That is the great equalizer. Is that we all want to trade. Before there was before any ideas could get traded, transactions took place. That's why businessmen there's a million reasons why we're a business. And if you guys wanted me to get talking about why businessmen and what they do is so special, well, we'd have to take a whole other class and all other kinds of
another time.
That's got to be another thing, because not class. That's a different way of doing it, but because there's nothing to teach there. There's just thoughts and ideas of it, but it's the absolute truth, because we know it just in the simple fact of people that come across tribes in the Amazon and other things. They don't have a language that they can share. They can't share a religious idea. They can't share anything except for some form of tangible good. And they do a transaction. And then all of a sudden now we are in business together. And we have mutual effort in this thing that we call life. And from there, it just starts to roll downhill. That's how come the other two legs of the three tripod that builds up what society that the individual has to take place in take from business. They, like you said, taxes and tithing. That's how traditionally people generate their income for those types of establishments and businesses. The other type is a business. Well, where do they get their money from? Sales, profits. They actually have to provide a good and service and trade for it. It's called the free market.
See,
that's how come it's so powerful, is because the other two only can take what the other one generates. So that's why it's like, well, why mess around? Let's go and make it so that we generate the wealth. Let's create wealth by creating food for people to eat. How? By giving my money away. That's how I'm going to do it. Well, why would you do that? Because it's good for me and it's good for them. Makes me feel good. Makes me have a business so that I can say that I'm in this economic world and a member of this. I'm no longer just part of the society getting things done to it. I am now
an active
participant doing something to the society, because I'm in business. I put it in there. I put into the system. So then I get out of the system. It's just So
no, it's really an interesting thing. That what's up?
Nothing. I was just looking at my
thing with the hookie
thing there. My other man-made limitation put on us that dictates time and other things that are untangible that we had no idea to even put a friggin' a physical form on. So instead, I strap it to my watch and act like this, or my wrist and act like it's real. It's like, there's our money. Well, okay, if that's what money is, how about we start putting it to work in some other ways?
How about it works for me while I'm sleeping? How about it works for me while I'm doing other things?
And we don't care what the hell you want to get paid in. We don't care what people decide is going to be the currency that moves human beings and their economic power. What we want to do is say, if you give some of that up voluntarily every month to help other people and tell people about it, we'll pay you. We'll give you more of it.
We'll give you more.
We think that that's a good action because light attracts light, and we'll put more in there. We'll just keep, we'll do our karma. You did good, we'll do good. So keep doing good, and then we'll do more good. The second, you decide that it's not worth your time or your energy, that's fine too, because all it is just a voluntary free will decision to be better than what you were the day before.
Right here. You see all this? This is why our social media is our accountability.
Yeah.
It's those things right there. Like you said, you do good, we do good. We'll show you that we're doing the good.
Yeah.
Because you know what? What better way to keep us honest than to say,
That's
hey,
our transaction.
this is what it is.
Yeah.
And that's why, again, it's all unorthodox.
Yeah.
It's all completely different.
Yeah, the transaction is you buying food to give away to other people.
Yeah.
The fact that we're going to try to make it a profit sharing program, that just makes us a nice company.
Mm-hmm.
That's just revolutionary.
That's us trying to share the wealth.
To try to actually bring real karma, to understand what karma means,
mm-hmm.
and to know that it's layered and deep, and that the idea of saying, well, I only get the sale if I made a direct sale. Well, what about your friend that told you about the car
mm-hmm.
when you were sitting at their house? What about the guy that made the YouTube videos
mm-hmm.
that of the car that you watched night and day that made it you want to go and buy that damn thing?
Mm-hmm.
What about the guy that there's a million people that help make that thing real.
Mm-hmm.
And every single one of them helped make that possible. And so that's where karma comes in. It's like, look, we'll look back, and up to 9 generations of people, we're going to start paying, we're not going to discredit their action.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it's crazy. It's a crazy idea to think about, that people
mm-hmm.
can try to earn an income by helping each other.
Yeah.
But what else would this technology and all the stuff that we've been working to do be for, if not that?
Mm-hmm.
If it was made so that we could sit and earn an income taking pictures of ourselves in Japan, which we do, which I love to do, but that's not why I make them.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so I can earn an income. It's because that's my passion and a joy. I want to, I exist because I'm an active member of society that's good to it. That's why I'm here. That's my karma. So that's our business. Put that in a nutshell. Make that. If you understand that, you don't need to understand anything else, because you already have got the secret to the universe. Help. Be good.
Mm-hmm.
Don't make it worse.
Yeah, not do good, mind you. Be good.
Be good.
Be a good
Do
individual.
not make it worse. Because if you be bad, you're a dick.
Mm-hmm.
And there's already enough chaos in this world that I don't need your help or your reminder or your clever witticisms to remind me that life can suck at times. How about you help me pick up and make it a little bit less shitty?
Mm-hmm.
How about we do that?
Oh,
how about we make that be our goal? How about we make that be our business?
Mm-hmm.
How about we make that be my action that I take every day? Not only because it's good for me, but it's good for you. So, anyway, Jake, I think we're about done.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've got to go to work again.
Yeah. See,
in all reality,
this is
I do.
This
I've
is
got to
what
go.
happens. I run home to do this so that he can leave to go to work, so that we can do something more.
So we can
be
work
something
on
more.
Karma.
This is because that's just what it is. It's karma.
Well, that's
your action.
That's what everybody out there. That's what you're doing. That's what everybody in the world is doing. We're just sitting here waiting and looking for YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, saying, okay, is there actually something on here today that can make my life a little better for the good person that I am?
Mm-hmm.
And the answer is yes. It's called karma. You need to start investing in that. Stop looking out into the world and trying to find a new product, a new gimmick, a new whatever the hell it is that's going to, even this, making a video on YouTube. Let's take it so that way we can go and find free content that's already posted on the internet. We'll take that. We'll put videos on it. We'll add some text. I'll put a little music to it. I'll create a YouTube channel, and I'll just start putting it on and put keywords on it and other things so that the algorithm makes it so that you guys can see it, and I'll make my money that way. How about we do that? That's a business model that I've been seeing go around. No, I want to make my money feeding people. What I do is I buy food every damn month and I give it away. That's what I'm going to do. I don't need to find some new way to try to cheat everybody else out of the hard-earned dollar that they've earned. I'm asking you to help me end hunger. And if you want to do that and you consistently act upon it, I'm going to consistently reward you for being a hell of a person. That's karma. So we'll try those kinds of businesses. But God, I'm just as addicted to YouTube as you guys. I watch all the videos. I see the next scams.
I'm
not scams. I don't even think they're scams. They're all legit. They're real.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I don't want to buy 100 friggin' apartments somewhere across the country that I then have to worry about stocking toilet paper for and toothpaste for and everything else that I need to do so that I can become the next Airbnb guy. I don't want to do that.
No.
I don't even want to buy food that I'm going to have to stock in my house to take to the food bank to give away every month. I want to pay a business to do that. How about that? I don't even have to do like it's we're so ahead of the game. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous because while they're still trying to find the gimmick to make their money, they don't understand that money isn't real. We don't need gimmicks. What we need is good karma and people doing what they know is already in their heart. That's what we need to do. And if we lean into it, if we put our money where our heart is, it's game over. At least that game. That's the best part about karma that I love that we say too, is we're not going to save the world. It doesn't need saving. It changes.
It'd be changed for the better.
Like we were saying with consistency and comfort.
Yeah.
Are you guys consistently comfortable with hunger? Is that something that you guys are still consistently comfortable with? Is the fact that there's other people starving in this world? Because if you're comfortable with that, it's going to exist forever. If you decide that makes you uncomfortable, so you'll get a little uncomfortable yourself and put a little money where your heart is and try to fight that problem, well, hell, who knows what the world can do? Especially if you find a business or a company that's willing to profit share with you and give you more of that money to buy more food to try to help more people. That becomes a symbiotic system, kind of like trees, how they give life to the leaves. And the biggest leaf gives more nutrients back to the tree. And then the tree gives more nutrients back to the biggest leaf. And it just keeps going in a cycle. That's natural. Well, that's karma. So, okay. I really do got to go.
I
really do got to go.
Well, let's wrap it there, Rixie boy. That's a good one.
But hey, we're going to talk. We're going to make some posts and stuff. We might adjust the time frame of these to make it a little easier.
There's changes to be coming. So I'll probably have to do a solo rundown on that one because it'll probably also come with a format change.
Yeah.
But keep your nose down. I shouldn't say keep your nose. I don't know where that.
Keep your nose clean.
Keep your nose clean. Be that good person, guys. Don't let this world of chaos and confusion and literal just insanity be the thing that brings you down. Keep being the good people that you are because that's where it comes from.
If you get chaotic and crazy,
in
a world of chaos and craziness and chaoticness, all you do is make a shit show even shittier. So, like Jake's saying,
be that good person.
Be the person you already know you are.
Be what you are and stay strong. And remember that these greatest words this too shall pass.
Yep.
All this time of craziness and want and woe, it's going to move because it doesn't have any choice.
Yeah.
So keep being the good person that you are and don't fall with it because those strong people will be the ones that come out the other side. They always are. And more than that, for next time, Jake and Rex Vanderlyn, Karmic Transmission, 60, 70, some odd numbers. It don't matter because it ain't going anywhere. The transmission is going to keep happening. We're going to keep talking. We're going to keep bringing this forward because it's
what else are we going to do?
It's time for humanity, not us. Not it's time for humanity to take the next step forward and to start remembering what made us incredible is the fact that we care and are willing to do things for others when it doesn't even make logical sense half the time.
It's the funniest thing in the world that with all the technology and the advancement, the thing that can move us into the next level is the old basic golden rule that came back that we've known since the beginning of time. That has built society forever, which is, do unto others that you want done unto you. That's it. The goal, it's karma. It's because why would that be the golden rule? Because if you don't, it might kick you in the ass.
Bingo.
And so isn't it funny that no matter how far you go, you have to get back to the original idea, which is that, look,
make all the tools you want, all the technology you want. If you lose your humanity in the process of it,
well, if the game's no fun, no one's going to play with you. And if you play like a jerk and you play with bad karma, no one's going to want to play with you.
Yeah.
So the fastest way to end the game is to be a dickhead.
And end it we shall.
Yeah.
For the transmission, anyway.
Yeah. I
Okay.
like your shirt, by the way.
Dude, you look sharp today, Rick. This
is
one's really
freaky.
sharp.
With that white on the computer, it's super duper bright, but that's just
It looks
how
good.
life is. You know?
It looks good. This one's just
So,
plain Jane.
okay. Love you.
Love you too,
See
man.
ya. Karma out. I got to go to work.
There we go.